Filipinas find attractive about foreigners as opposed to their own men? Um, it's their for the physical, it's the nose and the eyes. Most of the women, and the height. Yeah, because so women in the Philippines, a lot of women in the Philippines fantasize their relationship, their future kids, that will look like, who will look like that, and the future relationship, especially with the stability. Because um, in the Philippines, women in the Philippines are more like in a practical way rather than um, like so they are like, of course, they in a young age they will already know what life is, um, what value most. So most of the quality of the foreigners, Reggie, is the loyalty that they could give, and also the stability in the future life that they could give. Yeah. So it's just that they want to make sure that also counts, and they want to make sure that they are safe in the future partner that they are going to be with, especially because it's a big challenge for them to travel in a foreign country. You know, you don't know who to ask for a help or anything. You don't know everybody, so they are just going to give all their trust to you. So please take note and mind those um, criteria of a man they are looking for.
Oh, here we go. Pete, I'm sorry. I just got burned by a Filipina here in the States that had a kid and just used me to help support her kid because she wanted to be with me. But kid, not because okay. Well, I mean, here's the thing, Pete. There's gonna be shady chicks anywhere in the world you go. There are plenty of disingenuous women everywhere. There's also plenty of disingenuous guys everywhere who treat women like crap and use them for their own purposes. Very clearly what we would be using them for, but not gonna go there. It happens everywhere. But you have to get past that, and you have to be open. Going to the Philippines and trying to meet someone from another culture is harder to do than just meeting someone that's here in your local community. You're gonna have more in common with that person here in the local community than you may have with that woman on the other side of the world, simply for the fact that you grew up in two completely different lifestyles. But what these women offer, the genuine ones, and that's the ones we want to focus on. Like I said, a woman asks about your bank account, your house, your car, or how much you make a year. Be done with that conversation 5 seconds later and move on. Now be polite, but just let her know that you're not interested in talking about that, and you would like to go move on and talk to someone else and wish her a good day and move on. Now be polite. Don't be rude to them. There's no reason for it.
I can feel my body cold against the concrete, but I can't seem to get enough. My mind is.
My wife never asked me once what I did. Well, she knew what I did because she knew I worked for this company because I was filming stuff and doing interviews at the social that I met her at. So she had some inkling that I had something to do with the company that ran the socials. But she never asked how much I made. Hell, I don't think she even asked how much I made until after she was already here and she saw one of my paychecks and didn't understand all the numbers and all the things in it because I left one of my pay stubs sitting on the table when it got mailed to me. And she asked me about it, and I explained it to her. And she asked me, she's like, well, how much do you make? And I'm like, oh, well, this is this right here. This is what I keep after all my taxes and deductions and things and my medical insurance. This is what I get to keep every 2 weeks. And she's like, oh, well, how much is that a year? And I'm like, I don't know, get your calculator out and multiply that by 26. Because I'd gotten a raise twice in that year, so I didn't actually know what the dollar amount was actually going to be. But yeah, that conversation happened after we were married as to how much I actually made. You know, she wasn't interested in that. She liked me well, actually, my wife didn't essentially like me at first because she wasn't a fan of my beard. I have to keep the beard trimmed up because she's not super fanatical about it. And a lot of Filipinas and Asians are not big into the beard thing. If it was up to me, I'd have a Duck Dynasty beard rocking right now, but my wife is not cool with that. And I like my house to be somewhat harmonious, so we keep the beard trimmed. It's all about compromises, my friends. All about compromises.
This is a no-go. I just can't take home.
Join men from all over the world as they take a trip and find their future brides.
Follow me.
Check out our website at
Filipino-bride.com.
Do something stupid.
If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Then click on the notice bell to get notified every time we add something new.